おはようございます。それでは時間になりましたので、始めさせていただきます。同時通訳のレシーバーは、1番が英語で、2番は日本語だそうです。まずそれをご確認いただければと思います。それでは、本日 ICRP-QST のシンポジウムを始めさせていただきます。本日は大規模原子力事故における人と環境の放射線防護に関するシンポジウムということで、もう皆さんご存知のように ICRP が現在、本日までですけれども、パブリックコンサルテーションを現在実施しております。そのことも関連しまして、今日はシンポジウムを開催させていただきました。それでまず最初に ICRP のサイエンスセクレタリーでありますクリス・クレメントからご挨拶をしていただきます。クリスです。
It's a real pleasure to be able to welcome you to the Radiological Protection of People and Environments in the event of the large nuclear accident meeting today, organized jointly by ICRP and QST. We're also organizing this in cooperation with JHPS and JAEA. I'd like to give you just a little bit of background about the work that we're discussing here today. Task Group 93 was established 6 years ago, in 2013. The chair and vice chair are Kai Sensei and Hong Sensei, who you see here. But the group is made up of a large number of international experts from all around the world, not just Japan. Some of whom you'll see in the audience, and some of whom you'll hear speak later this morning, including Sergei Shenkarev from Russia and Viktor Ivarin from Belarus. We also have experts from other countries in the world. The work of this task group of ICRP is to develop recommendations for the world, for the future. Of course, we start this work in 2013 because we wanted to draw lessons from the experience of the Fukushima accident. This is why there's such an emphasis on the Japanese experience. We had previous recommendations that were based mainly, but not only, on the Chernobyl experience, but this is a work to update our recommendations based on the fresh, the new experience of Japan. So this is work for the world, but really learning from Japan. And although perhaps Japan will maybe need to use some of the recommendations in the future in Earth recovery, but I hope not, and I hope no one else has to use them as well, but we have to be prepared. This is quite special in many ways. For instance, for the first time ever, we've accepted comments during the consultation in a language other than English. ICRP has never done this before, but as many of you know, we were accepting comments in Japanese because, again, we're drawing on the experience of Japanese, you, and many others in the country, and we wanted to make sure there was as little barrier as possible for us to get comments from you. In addition, ICRP has never had meetings like this during consultation on a document. Usually, we prepare a document with public consultation all through the web only. But we thought it important to make sure we get as much information as we could at every stage, from Japanese in particular. So in fact, this week we're having a series of meetings with different groups, including this public meeting where everyone can attend. So this is very valuable to us, very valuable to ICRP to make sure we hear what you have to say, not only through the website, but also in person to the extent possible. So this group, the drafting group of TG93, is not the deciding group. I think that's important to understand. The group that you see here, chaired by Ann Homa, are preparing a draft document that will be going through the ICRP approval process. In the end, it's the main commission, which is a group of 13 highly respected international experts from around the world who make the final decision on whether or not to publish the document and all the details in it. So that will hopefully, some decision will probably take place in May of next year, whether to publish or not, or to make changes by the main commission. So all of this work is preparing for that last step. If it's published in May, if it's approved in May of 2020, then I hope it'll be published in sometime in the autumn of the same year, autumn of 2020. If not, well, it'll take longer, but hopefully that's when it'll happen. And leading up to that, or leading after that, we're planning a meeting in Japan, in Fukushima, somewhere in Fukushima again, we haven't quite decided yet, in December of 2020, that will in part be an opportunity to discuss the implications of the publication. But it'll be much broader. We're planning a meeting, international conference on recovery after nuclear accidents that will touch on the work of Task Group 93 and the hopefully recently published report. But it'll also touch on experiences of governments, of local people, of international organizations, and of experts, trying to get all views on recovery after nuclear accidents. This is not a meeting about Fukushima, it's a meeting about nuclear accidents in general, but of course, Fukushima being the most recent experience and will play a heavy role. But we'll also have experience from former Soviet Union states where Chernobyl occurred, European countries that were impacted by Chernobyl, and other incidents potentially as well. The plan is that will be organized by ICRP and hosted by JAEA in collaboration with many organizations who are working on it now. So keep an eye on our website. Hopefully we'll have some announcements about that soon. It will be an open conference, so if you're very interested in this topic, please come join us there. And finally, let me just say thank you very much for coming here. Your interest in the work of ICRP is crucial to make our publication the best it can be, to be the most helpful, should be needed in the future, relies not just on the experts in ICRP, but on people all around the world who have made comments on the document so far and will continue to make comments. We've received more than, I think, 150 comments now, which is fantastic. How many? Wow. More than 200 comments, which is huge. The most comments we received since the last general recommendation was 50 or 60 from people around the world. So this is really fantastic, and it really shows that people are interested in this topic, which makes some sense. Of course, one other special thing we did was extend the comment period for this consultation, this document's consultation, until today, because we wanted to make sure we captured all of your comments. But at some point, the task group then has to start addressing them, so that's the next step. I encourage you to speak, ask questions during this day today. And if you have very key comments that you've not put on the ICRP website, please put them there later today, or I'll tell you a secret, even tomorrow's okay, because we won't close it until a day or two. Formally it closes today, but there's some flexibility, but just a day or so. Because it's important not only to hear them in this room, and it's great because members of the task group will see them, but it's important for everyone to see the comments on this document, to be as transparent as possible and for the world to see what's going on. We have a policy of all comments coming through the website being visible on the website basically forever. So if people want to see what your comments are, they can go onto the website and see them. You can see your own, you can see the other comments for any of our documents that we've had consultations on in the last 10 or more years. And I think that's all I have to say. Again, thank you very much for coming, and I hope we have a very fruitful session today. Arigatou gozaimasu.